Okay, time for maths today. We're going to have a look at number 13 for a little bit again. Poor unlucky number 13. And a bit later then we'll do something a bit different. We're going to go on about measuring. Okay, I might say some measuring challenges because that's to do with maths as well. But firstly, I'm going to clap my hands, listen. And what I want you to do is I want you to count the claps, because sometimes when you've got to count objects, that's easy, but one of the things you've got to be able to do is to count things that aren't actually there. So you're going to have to really listen carefully, okay? If you want to, you could have your number cards out and you could hold up the number to tell me how many claps I did. All right, I think I'm just going to get my number fan actually. So, bzz, there it is. All right, okay. Oh, always backwards, look. Reflection land. So, I'm going to clap. Count them in your head and then shout out the number. You ready? Here we go. How many was that? You should have got 3. Okay, listen again. Ready? Try to do it again. How many was that? It was... number 7. Did you get that one? Right, I'm going to make you stare at the wall because you might see my arms moving when I'm clapping. So here's my wall. So listen carefully. How many claps was that? Right, listen, I'll do it one more time. Did you get it? So I clapped 10 times. So that's a little game you could play together at home with your family. Do different sounds. It could be that you bang on the table, or you've got a toy that makes a noise, how many times you can hear it, because it's good to see if you can count without actually moving some objects, okay? So there's a challenge for you. And then we'll look at the number 13. So can you find, if you haven't got them out already, your numbers, and we'll also look at the pneumicon, okay? Don't be unlucky though. Shh, don't say his name. Right, I've got my numbers here, but I'm not going to show you when I put them in order, so I'm going to beat you if you haven't done it already. So quick. That's what it says anyway. Right. Are you almost there? I'm almost done. Oh, I'm missing some. Oh, my number line is huge. There's one missing. Oh, there it is. Right, stop. I did it. Right, there they are. I have to stand up really high now because the numbers don't fit in the camera. Right, count with me. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, well done. Right, I'm going to make one disappear. Which one is it? Right, can you spot it? I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Right, here's the missing gap. It's 1 more than the number 7, and it's 1 less than the number 9. It's the number 8. It's our number of how many days we've been working together, actually, isn't it? There it is. Okay, I'm going to do something different this time. So, close your eyes for a second. Open them. I've changed something. Now, what have I changed? Have a look. Can you spot it? I'm giving you 5 seconds from now. Okay, one of the numbers I put in a different order. Well, 2 of them then. So, let's see which one it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Look, I spotted something here. The 10 and the 11 were swapped over. Right, close your eyes again. Okay, open them. Now, this is a bit tricky one, I reckon. Look carefully. Something I've done to the numbers. And you have 5 seconds. Go. Did you spot it? One of the numbers is upside down if you haven't spotted it. Quick, quick, quick. It's the number 9. Right, okay, those sort of games you could play at home with your family too, couldn't you? What different things could you do with these numbers? Can you hide them? Find out which one is missing? Right, I brought you over to the number blocks now. Say, hi, number blocks. Now, can you find which number blocks I will need to make 13? Can you spot them? It's, oh, I'm really amazing. Number 3 jumps onto number 10 and they will make 13. Here he is, that unlucky 13. And with his 10. Right, there they are. And there's the number, the numeral 13. So we can see there's the 3 and the 1, 10. Okay, altogether 13 if we count the blocks. We know there's 10 there, so we don't need to count 10. We can just go 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, with the Numicon that you've got, can you make 13? Show me it with the 1, 10 and the 3, please. Go. So which pieces have you used? To go with this part, the 10, I'm going to use the 10, and to go with the 3, I'm going to use the 3. Because 13 is 10 and 3. 10 and 3 more. Now, looking at the Numicon, is 13 odd or even? Remember? What do you reckon? Can you tell me why? Okay, it's odd because look, we haven't got 2 equal rows here, have we? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in that side, but on this side we've got 1 less, so we've only got 6. So it's an odd number. Right, can you use your Numicon to see if you can make 13 in a different way? Maybe we could make the 10 first using 2 numbers that we know and then add the 3. So you have a go first, pause. Once you've had a go, I'm just going to have a go at making 1. So I know that 2 5s equal 10. So I've got 5 and 5, and then I just need 3 more. And look, that makes the same as 13 as that one. Alright, 13. Right, I wonder if you made a different one. I'm going to try another one. If you want to try a different one, quickly push pause. Now, what 2 numbers make 10? Oh, I know. A 9 and a 1. And then I'm going to put 3 more. So I could say 9 plus 1 plus 3 is 13. Right, we could, if we wanted to, look at it by keeping the 10 and making the 3 in a different way. So we could say 10. How could we make the 3 in 13? Have a think. What have you got with your Numicon? Numicon? Not Numicon, it's not a unicorn, is it? Push pause, make yours. And then I'm going to try a 2 and a 1. Look, so 10 and then 2 and 1, because 2 and 1 makes 3, is 13. I'm going to do 1 more where I'm just going to use any pieces to make 13. See if you can have a go first. Lay some Numicon over the top of this one. How can you make 13? Pause it if you want to, and then I'm going to have a go. So I'm going to start with this number here, which is 8, because I can see 2 4s. So what do I need to go with number 8 to make 13? What would fit on this shape here? This one, a 5. So 8 and 5 make 13. So you could do with that with your paper, or if you're the girl beginning with R who sits on the red table, she actually got some of these for Easter. So she could use all of her set to help her. And she's taught me a new game that we will play, I think, another day, especially when we get back to school. Okay. Right, you might want a little break before you do the next part of our maths lesson, but we're going to talk about length. We're going to talk about measuring the size of things and comparing different objects. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is, can you make your body as tall as you possibly can? Maybe stand on your tiptoes, stretch those arms. How tall can you do it? Maybe lie down on the floor and do it. A bit like one of those log rolls. Okay, how tall can you make your body? Now, how small can you make your body? Make it as small as you can. Can you do that? Right, here's a challenge for you. I want you to go and find, I don't know, 4 or 5 objects in your house that are all different lengths, different sizes, okay? So pause the video and go and find 4 or 5 different objects. Off you go. Right, here are my objects. Look, I got this for you, Mr. Red Table, beginning with R, boy. Right. What we've got to do with the objects is put them in order of how tall or long they are. Okay, so start with the shortest one side and the longest the other side, and see if you can put them in size order. You have a go at yours first and then come back to me. Okay, if you've done that. Right, have a look at mine. So which one do you think is going to be the shortest? Which one's going to be the longest? Right, I think, obvious, this is the longest, isn't it? This is a bogey picker. Right, then, which one though next, do you think? She's going to be the next longest, which will be shorter than this one, but longer than the rest. Can it be the latte spoon? Oh, it's taller than the peanut butter, but what about Dale? Let's have a look. And make sure when I measure, can I line them up at the same place so it's fair? I know Dale is definitely longer. Because if I didn't line them up fairly, look, if I put the spoon and said, is the spoon longer than the peanut butter or shorter? And I started it all down here and go, oh no, look, the peanut butter's taller. That wouldn't be right, would it? So I need to start them at the same height. So looking at that, I can see it's the spoon next, then the peanut butter, and then the minion ball. So I have ordered my objects in the order of their size, from the shortest to the longest. Right, that's one challenge done. Right, another challenge you could do to do with putting things in order of how long they are, to do with their length or how short they are, is why don't you find out who's the shortest in your family, in your house, and who's the tallest. Don't forget to include the hamster, the dog, and the horse. Okay, so go and find out who's the shortest, who's the tallest in your family. Off you go. Pause the video. Okay, have you done that? Who was the shortest? Who was the tallest? Whereabouts were you? Okay, how did you find that out, by the way? Let me know when you video yourselves. How did you find out who was taller? What did you do to check? Right, here's another challenge you could do now. Find something in your house, or maybe you could make like a worm or a snake. So you might have some Play-Doh or some plasticine, paper. I'm going to use a bit of tin foil because I don't really have that sort of stuff in my house. So I'm just going to make, I don't know what it's going to be. We'll see what it looks like. Right, if you made something, here's mine. It's a snake. Watch out. The thing is, if I want to measure how long this snake is and compare it to a different snake, I'm going to have to stretch his body, poor thing. Hang on, let's stretch him out. Oh dear, poor snake. I hope it doesn't bite you. Ah, watch out. Right, so here is snake number 1. Now, my first challenge is, can I make a snake that is shorter than my first one? Now, whatever you've made, that's your challenge next. Can you make another one that is shorter? Off you go. Pause the video. Right, if you've done that, here comes mine. Here's the little baby snake. Psst. Right, let's compare. So line it up. So exactly at the same space. Bottom. I've made a shorter snake. Right, now, can you make a snake that's longer than your current longest one, or whatever creature you're making? Let's pause the video again, go make another one. Alright, have you done it? Now watch out, Puffins, because this next one is big enough to eat a puffin for lunch. It's gonna get you. Alright, here is a much longer snake. Look at that. Oh. Okay. Now, what you could do is you could keep going with the challenge. You could make lots and lots of different snakes at just slightly different lengths to see how far you could get as many in order as possible. Okay, so that is comparing the sizes of length. Alright, just to finish with, now you don't have to do this bit if you don't want to, because it's actually like year 1 and year 2, so it's Robin maths, but I'm just going to show you this thing here. Do you know what this is called? Got them in class. In fact, I stole it from Puffins. It is a ruler. Now you would use a ruler to measure things. You know how long things are, the size of them. So let's say you were going to buy a piece of furniture for your bedroom. You'd have to measure the space where you'd want to put it, so that you know when you buy your new piece of furniture it would actually fit. Because if you didn't measure the gap and you bought a huge piece of furniture, you wouldn't be able to go to sleep, you wouldn't be able to fit in your bedroom. So if you have a ruler at home, you could, if you wanted to, go and see if you can measure things. Now on a ruler, which I've got another one here as well, 2 rulers here. This one here goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and each one of these lines is where they measure something called a centimetre. Can you say that for me? Centimetre. And that's what we measure things in, how many centimetres long they are. Okay, now on this ruler here, they're in centimetres, so it still goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But on this ruler, can you see there's lots of teeny weeny little lines in there? And they're called millimetres. But we can look at the centimetres for today. So if you have a ruler, we could measure how long one of your little snakes or whatever creature you made is. So I think my little snake is 17 centimetres long. Is that right? What do you mean, no? What did I do wrong? Do you know? Just like when we were comparing them, we had to line them up at the same place. When you measure things, you have to start at the beginning of the ruler, 0, so right at the edge here. And on this ruler, look, it even has that bit there would be 0 before the 1. So I'm going to line it up right at the edge. There it is. Line it up, and then, oh, it's a bit funny angle. Then we go right down to the snake, and look, it's about 7 centimetres long. Okay, so you could go around measuring things in your house. I'm just going to show you one other thing before you go. The counting stick, if I turn it over, also has something to measure. I'm not going to have to stand really far back because it is so long. Now, can you see all of those little red lines? They are centimetres, like the ruler. I'll put that next to it. But this one, look, let's see how many centimetres is on here. It goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. When you have 100 centimetres, so this really tall, I'm going to put it over here by the door, tall metre stick, then, oh, you heard me say the word, 100 centimetres makes a metre. Now, are you taller than a metre, I wonder? Do you reckon? What do you have in your house that's taller than a metre? What you could do is find out how tall you are. Right, see you later, Puffins.